Okay, in studio, Mr. Chris Erikson, Local 3, NYC, IBEW. Chris, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support of the show, for your vision, for your leadership. I could talk to you for hours, but let's just jump right into it, dude. Why? How crazy are you guys supporting this show, bringing it to the Big Apple? How crazy are you guys?
We're a little crazy, you know. We're crazy that we should have done it a lot sooner, I would think. It's been a long time coming to have Labor's voice out there competing with those that, you know, have just got their side of the story out, and it's not getting done. So we're happy to do this, and, you know, everything in its own time. So we're here.
Yeah.
We're going to pay close attention to you, though.
I know. I text messages, and hey, there's a typo on the website on Sundays. Like, oh, geez, you know, we make mistakes. Local 3, NYC. The New York is the center of the world, the crossroads of the world, and it's beautiful and it's well lit, and that's all your guys. Right? Yeah. I mean, you share it with the Con Ed guys, but I mean, basically, it's beautiful and bright. You can see it from space because of a Local 3 man and woman. Right?
It certainly is.
Wow.
You know? And even the street lights and the traffic lights, you think about that. Anybody that's ever flown into JFK over the Rockaways and at night, and to see that and to know what goes into just maintaining those systems, you know, in the city of New York, it's an awesome responsibility. But yeah, I mean, we're not doing it all. The building trades are challenged today. There's a lot of non-union companies doing work, some large projects in New York City that would
public and private, or just mostly private stuff.
Mostly private. They do bid public work, and but the PLAs under Gary LaBarber and the building trades, you know, takes care of a lot of that. Smart,
which is a project labor agreement for those who aren't in the trades, which guarantees safety and labor peace, and that everyone's going to get a paycheck so they can feed their kids at night. Basically,
it does, you know, and we give stuff, you know, in order to get those project labor agreements to guarantee the work opportunity for our members, and so it's a good trade-off, and just code of excellence, you know, getting guys to put their best foot forward, ensure that the employer makes money on this job will guarantee him to stay in business and go and get the next job, and that sustains us.
Cool.
Productivity, great.
That little plug is sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, New York City chapter. Plug in at nikany.org. Sponsor Ucomm Radio. What's the biggest project that the guys and gals of Local 3 are working on right now? I know you're all over Nueva York, but what is the biggest one right now where most of you guys are listening?
I know Hudson Yards is probably going to be the largest construction job in the United States at some point. That is going to be tremendous. We're still busy down at the World Trade Center site, the hub, the Path Hub down there, and 4 World Trade, 3 World Trade is going, and even the fit out, you know, the Freedom Tower. So that's a big site. There are a number of large projects happening for the building trades in New York City, and it's good news, you know. Even the tennis center is a big one. They're finally putting a roof on a tennis center, the U.S. Open. There goes all the overtime. we used to sit there waiting for the rain to stop, you know, and you know, but now the roof goes on, the tennis will go on, the show will go on.
Now you're at. I'm a Mets fan. I think everybody in this studio is. Charlie, you a Mets fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Even the videographer is a tennis Mets fan. You guys are at City.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
You're at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
You're at Rangers.
Yep.
Nets.
Yep.
I mean, and I saw a guy at the parade a couple years ago. He had like a Mets in the front. On the back, it said Local 3.
Yeah.
That's great. Did you have to pay for licensing for that, or is that if he gets caught, he's in trouble?
We got that. I got my own Mets shirt.
That's neat.
Number 3, Erikson on the back.
Great.
Actually, we had a Local 3 night out there, and I got to throw out the first pitch.
No way.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty exciting.
You got to get me a picture of that. We'll put it on ucommradio.com.
I'm telling you, that was
That's
exciting.
neat.
It's nothing like...
How was it? Was it straight down the middle?
You know, they said to me, Mr. Erikson, you could, you know, pitch from the grass or the mound. My son says, Dad, if you don't pitch from the mound, you're
never going to hear. You're never going to hear the end
so
of
I'm
it.
like, oh, man, this is bad. I get out to the mound. I'm a lefty, and my buddy told me, you got to get your leg back. Get your leg, kick it high, you know. And I throw to a perfect curveball strike, you know, right in the catcher's glove, and My place goes nuts. All my guys have
Nice.
400 members there. My hat comes off. I throw
Nice.
my hand in the air. I was clocked at 27 miles an hour. But
That's what an honor.
exciting.
What
Yeah,
an
that was just
Because you're a selfless man, and I know that you're not just representing your local, but all of labor. Because I don't think there's one labor leader that doesn't love or respect you. I mean, if there's someone who doesn't like you, I think it's because they're maybe a bad employer who got caught doing bad things, and shame on them. But I mean, we got to do a quick break. Let's do a quick break, because when we come back, I want you to talk about all the big guys and gals.
okay. All the people that don't like me.
Yeah, there really isn't. All right, Ucomm Radio with Chris LaGrange, our unions, our community generation, business manager Chris Erikson, Local 3 NYC. Speaking of young, what's up with you guys at the IBEW putting all your faith and energy and money behind your youth? What are you guys, crazy?
No, we're not crazy. Actually, I was thinking about that. Some guy says to me, "You still wear baggy pants?" And I thought about it. These narrow pants. They're so old. They're new again.
Yeah.
They used to be called stovepipes.
Oh, yeah?
People knew you wore stovepipe pants. That's what that was. So the guy says, "You're still wearing baggy pants." But listen, we do have. We're committed.
Yeah.
The IBEW, Next Gen, AFL-CIO, the young workers.
Yeah.
Come on. That
You have
energy,
to.
You absolutely need to school them and get them going. And we're doing it big time in Local 3. I'm very proud of the work that everybody's doing. Mentors and just right up and down the line.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, it's a big international union. I think they got like 800,000, 900,000 across the country. Local 3 NYC, one of the biggest local unions in the world, 30K. And it's a democratic process. They elected you. So I'm not talking to a trustee or someone who's appointed, ladies and gentlemen. This guy went through the ranks and earned it. And other unions are developing their youth caucus, and especially here in the Big Apple. But tell me, come on, let's just do it. Who are your favorite labor leaders other than, your brethren in the IBEW? I'm just name just two. All right, listen, we're on every Sunday night, 9 o'clock, right here on WAABC. We'll have plenty of time to promote all the unions and their members. But come on, tell me one or two.
I got to tell you, I'm so fortunate. I serve on the executive board of the building trades, so I know all the building trades guys. I'm on the executive board of the Central Labor Council here. I know the state Fed vice presidents. I know the national vice president. So the list is tremendous. I'm involved with PEC, the Public Employee Conference, and I'm getting to know those guys real good. So I'm out there, and I have great respect for many of them. Especially some of the new ones, and some of them just left. Lillian Roberts just retired. She was an outstanding labor leader in the public sector. But this Peter Ward, is probably one of the guys I pay attention to.
And he's with who?
He's a student. He's the president of the Hotel Trades Council in New York City.
Was he behind the tipped worker wage push?
And Local 6. I don't know. I just know that Peter is a smart guy, and they have done some wonderful things with the medical benefits for their members. They've been able to allocate and raise the wages because they brought all that stuff in-house. He's on top of his game and on the politics side, and so Peter Ward is pretty good. And
cool.
Another New York guy that I like a lot, and he's doing stuff that a lot of people aren't willing to do, is Stu Applebaum. He just moved on RSDW to the International and
Retail Wholesale Department Store Union.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and they're banging out car wash arrows. They're the guys that are out there.
That's so awesome. I mean, Clark, my staff comes from the community movement, and you just totally respect the car wash movement. And guys like Applebaum is like, let me put some members pay dues into a democratic organization, and then they elect leaders like you, and you just determine what to spend that on. And you can spend it on Cadillacs and T-shirts, but when you say, I'm going to spend on union organizers and radio shows for multi-union message, and you get out there and you organize workers, it's God's work, brother.
Yeah, well, let me just correct. It's not that simple. It's not like I decide.
I know. You have a
we have a board. We have an executive board, and of course the membership, approves all of the expenses of the board, and so it's not just me. It's a process.
I didn't mean to simplify it too much.
But let me tell you though, this, when a car wash employer can say to those workers, guess what? There's no cars coming through. You're off the clock. you're not getting paid until the cars are actually rolling through there. Come on, that's greed, man.
Yeah,
That's,
it is.
That's bad.
That ain't right.
So they're doing it, and we try to help them where we can. And people should look for those union car washes and head over there.
Yeah, cool.
Support them.
What other industries do you think we need to organize? You know, I mean, there's so many out there.
You know, the manufacturing in this country, of course, and is bad. Local 3 used to represent over 7,000 members in manufacturing in New York City, lamp and shade workers and others. I think there's great opportunity. I think the climate change issue is going to bring a move to green technology.
Okay.
And that's going to require new products. And it's my hope that they could build solar panels in Brooklyn and give people from those communities good manufacturing jobs, and then move them up into solar installers and then full-time electricians. That's how you move this city forward. And we got a mayor that I hope is going to embrace some of the aligned stuff, the New York City PLA, which has to do with the Green Alliance and moving forward to address this issue of climate change. It's important. It's a lot of work for the members of Local 3 and the building trades.
And for a lot of people out there who are looking for work, because if Kraus Heinz comes to this studio right now with the mayor, we signed a memorandum of understanding that we're going to build some factories in Brooklyn and Queens, Long Island, whatever. I'm all about it.
Absolutely.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, we need to get bold on that.
Yeah. So, hey, listen, 77 WABC every Sunday night, 9 o'clock. You can also hear us on the Shark out on the island. Chris Erikson, his union. We got to reach out to the other unions, get them on board so we can stay on the air. You got to tune in. You got to tell your friends, your neighbors to do that. Chris, I want to thank you for coming in, dude. You're going to come in a lot, as much as you can.
I'd like to be back.
Okay, and I want to interview your youth caucus, all your industries. You got telecom, you got construction, you got manufacturing. You're like a mini federation. We got to get them all in here. It's a big studio.
Big studio.
We can pack like 50 union guys in here, and if they don't give us what we want, we'll just put out a big inflatable rat right out front. Two-bed plaza. Just kidding.
You're a maniac.
I know I am. All right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your time, brother.
Great.
Okay, take care. Thanks, dude.
Bye.